good ball game. 2-0. I thought our kids competed well. I thought Oklahoma State's kids competed well. But both starting pitchers did a heck of a job, as you guys saw, and they were able to push 2 runs across. But as I've said before, really proud of our kids. A resilient group, wonderful leadership to my right, and hey, we'll flush this one out like we talk about, bounce back, get a good night's sleep, rest and recovery, and get back here tomorrow and give it our best shot.
Thanks, Coach. Questions?
For the players, what made Elliott so effective tonight for OSU?
I'll start. I would just say, in general, his command. I thought his stuff was not. I mean, we definitely seen a guy like him before, so it was a little frustrating. But something that you don't see a whole lot in the Ivy League is command like that. He was able to locate very well, and he had a good mix of pitches. So he did a great job, and he beat us.
Yeah, agreeing with everything Jake said. I think guys are, coming back to the dugout with some competitive at-bats, especially later in the game. We saw some long at-bats. Jake Settleson and Hunter Biggie strung together a couple back-to-back and just never really broke our way. But like Jake said, he did a great job all game of just commanding his fastball and kind of keeping us off balance when he needed to with the slider. And, yeah, it's got to tip your cap sometimes because pitched a great game.
For both players as well, a lot of times top seeds have a choice to make. They pitch their ace in the first game or save him, and it kind of was respect for Hunter. They really respected him. So talk about his effort, because he kind of matched it tonight, didn't he? You probably had the best angle of that.
Yes, sir. I mean, Hunter threw an incredible game. We all saw it. I just wish our offense could have backed him up. But, yeah, I mean, both pitchers were lights out. Hunter's fastball was working for him, and his off speed was right there to back it up. I thought he was a little tight in the first inning or two, but once he loosened up, he did a great job, and it was so much fun to catch him, especially in the stadium. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of echoing that. I think baseball is it's a game where there's fine margins, and Hunter pitched a great game. I think that just kind of shows what he's done all year and all the work he's put in, especially as a two-way guy, kind of being able to put it all together and show up on the mound and at the plate, even though he nothing to show for it today at the plate, but he has some really competitive at-bats, and I think it's just the work he's done all year, all offseason, that got him to this point that, showed today.
For Coach and the players, what are y'all's plans to try to get your offense going more tomorrow than it was today? What are you going to try?
We'll just get back to work tomorrow during BP, and, for us, it's just staying in a good spot. And, again, he did a great job tonight. And, again, as Jake said, we've seen guys like him before, and for whatever reason, we didn't come through. Had a chance, right? Skinner gets on in the first inning, and we don't get the bunt down, and you lose an opportunity there, and they come back in the bottom of the first and string together a couple base hits that were 1-2 pitches. I thought they were fairly well located. And then they did the same thing in the fourth. And, again, Benny stepped up in the ninth there again, and, leadoff double, and we just didn't have that timely hit. But our guys know how to work. They know how to prepare, and we'll be ready.
There's been a lot of talk about Elliott, but Peyton Badfield also came in and was able to do his job. What did you all think of him tonight?
I think it's the same thing. We just didn't hit the ball today. It's not much to say. We just, kind of didn't get it done on our side. And he came in, did a great job, especially in that last inning, showing some composure after that leadoff double. I thought that was a really good job by him, and coming back and striking out our 2, 3, 4 guys, which is it's pretty tough to do, especially if you see the years those guys have put up. So just tip your cap again.
And correct me if I'm wrong, he did a great job last weekend in that tournament down here. He pitched 3 times. And for me personally, I thought he was a little bit better than I anticipated. And again, I think you got to tip your hat to him.
Coach, how much do you appreciate a pitching battle like that, pitching duel, and lives up to what everybody may be expecting?
As an offensive guy, I hate it. Listen, we know what Hunter can do, and he pitched well, and there's a reason, Coach Holliday pitched who he did game 1. So I thought it was the right move by both clubs. But I do appreciate it, and that's why so many of these little things we talk about, getting a bunt down, 2-out hits, getting the leadoff guy on and going from there. And, Oklahoma State was 2 runs better than we were tonight because they executed in those 2 opportunities.
The players, I know you guys missed commencement, had a ceremony before the game. Could you talk a bit about that experience and sort of what it meant to you to get to celebrate here with your team?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I think I preferred it that way. It was the administration and coach put together a pretty cool ceremony. They put us by a river and a bridge, which is symbolic and it means something to us because we have to cross over the Charles over a bridge every day to get to the field. So that was pretty special and it was well organized and especially to have the team all there, which they wouldn't have been at commencement. So for me, that was really special because those are the guys who I want to graduate with at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, you see like some of your friends back at school posting stuff from their commencement, but like Jake said, you can't ask for anything better. I mean, everyone wants to go to a regional, and we're here, so it's a lot of fun, and maybe our parents aren't as happy having to fly back and forth, but other than that, I think like Jake said, for us as a group, it was really great to celebrate that moment together.
Jake, the tournament get moved down here. What was it like playing in this stadium as opposed to a college environment?
Some more nerves, I'd say, to start. The OSU fans were great. Sometimes I had to pretend that they were cheering for me to kind of ease the nerves a little bit. It was so much fun. This place is incredible, and I'm originally from Oklahoma, so it was great to be back here.
Yeah, kind of agree with that. And I think one thing that's good for us, we got to play at a couple bigger parks this year. We played at Fenway, played at the AA in Hartford a couple weeks ago. So, and that helped us with the getting used to the stadium. But the noise is something we haven't experienced since our freshman year against Florida, probably. Yeah. So that was a little different, and it was a good challenge.
Jake, you said you're originally from Oklahoma?
I'm from Enid.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
When'd you move away?
I was born in Enid, lived there till I was 9, and then moved to Virginia.
Okay. Yeah. You still have family around here?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Did you have quite a few people out today? Or
Yeah, I think there was a bus up here at about 50 people.
Oh,
Yeah, it's cool.
What did that mean to you to be able to play here and be able to come back to Oklahoma?
It's funny because I would say about half to 3/4 of our team is from California, and so they were all hoping that we were going to get the Stanford Regional. But in the back of my head, I was like, I want to go home. I want to go home. And so when we heard that we were going to play in Oklahoma, I was like, yes. And I was pretty excited. Other guys were bummed, but it's awesome to be back here and see all my family and friends. It's been great.
You're not any relation to the Allen, the ballpark in Enid?
Yes, sir.
You are?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're from a baseball family. That's pretty awesome. Okay, I got you.
I grew up playing on that field.
That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Who's
My uncle is the man who the ballpark was made for. Yes, sir.
Anything else? Coach, do you know who you're going to give the start to tomorrow night or afternoon?
Yeah, I'm going to wait for Coach Holliday to tell me who he's going with first. No, we're going to go with Buddy Hayward. Yeah. No secret.
Thank you guys very much.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you.